And we are. Was that loud?
Was a little loud.
I don't know why it does that. Every time we do we do our intro music and then we talk. It's like our mics just get blown up. I don't know what's going on here, but we are back. Drinking a Monster, huh? Wow, that's a first. Don't have a heart attack with that thing, dude.
Says the person who drinks Red Bull first thing in the morning or whatever you drink.
I drink Rockstar, sugar free.
Monster's better. And there's a coffee.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch those.
See, coffee. Jabba
Oh,
Monster.
Jabberwocky. Hope everyone's doing good. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel, smash that thumbs up, leave us a comment below. Let us know what you guys think on some of these topics today. This is something interesting. So this is our streaming updates, and before we get into the whole topic, make sure you guys check the description below. We got that VPN service down there. It's a really good one. Make sure you guys get hooked up. And then also we got Buzz TV.
BuzzTVGlobal.com. Make sure you check them out. A lot of interesting stuff. I don't even think I told you this. I just submitted to Buzz TV a list of features and changes that I'd like to see done. So they're actually looking into that and hopefully implementing it into their roadmap.
Like they don't have enough to do already, huh?
I was like, why is it like this? It should be like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to say anything more than that. I'm like, just in my brain, when I'm navigating software, this is how my brain works.
Mm-hmm. So stay tuned to the next Buzz TV. If it's broken, we already know who to blame.
It's because of my brain.
Okay, so before we get into what's actually coming with this one in particular, I wanted to throw this out there to see if you've heard of anything like this. So there's this guy named Jeff Zucker. I'm not talking about Zuckerberg. Jeff Zucker, CNN's high profile leader, the leader for the last 9 years. Well, he was forced to resign after their parent company, Warner Media, found out that he failed to disclose a romantic relationship, who I know it's getting juicy, with his longtime aide, Allison Gullust, I think it's how you pronounce the last name, Gullust, who was also the chief marketing officer. She also left the company. How does this make you feel?
What? Why are we here right now?
Why are we here?
This is now, CNN?
CNN. Now, this is the reason why this is big news. Because you're probably like, who the hell cares about these two people?
Majority of people's relations start in the workplace.
Yeah. But apparently because he didn't say anything to nobody and he was like the top guy, well, there's always somebody above you. The parent company said, you need to go, and he pretty much resigned. He was forced to resign. So Zucker, and in Spanish, I would pronounce this Goyust, but in American, I guess it's Golust, I think.
Gold dust?
Gold dust. So Jeff and Allison, I'm going to call them Jeff and Allison. The reason why this is big news is because they were deeply, and I mean deep, very deeply involved in the development of CNN Plus. which is another streaming service coming. We'll get to that in a second. But they're saying even before the scandal erupted, it was uncertain whether Warner Media, new owners at Discovery, which is set to close its acquisition in Warner Media in April, would accept CNN's existing plan. So it sounds to me like Warner Media took over, and they weren't even sure if they were gonna go forward with this whole thing. But these two guys, or I guess this guy and this girl, were the ones that were really involved, making sure this thing gets up and running.
Steamboating, motorboating,
motorboating.
So then is the question then to see where they go? Because if they're in the business of developing streaming businesses, would it be interesting to see who picks them up?
It might be.
Because aside from that, I don't really give a crap. I don't really, like, whoop-de-doo, CNN News. I get to watch news on demand. Who cares? There's YouTube.
Oh, no. It gets better. It gets better than get to watch just the news on demand. This is the part that's like beyond. This is stupid. Like, we know news is free.
Is it? It costs us our lives.
You can find it anywhere. YouTube, like you said, if you go to YouTube, it's there. It's free. They don't charge you to watch the news. So CNN is scheduled to launch apparently the last week of this month of March. Initially, the service will be offered for $2.99 a month. $2.99 a month, a rate locked in for life as long as the account is active. So if you get this early, you can lock in this deal forever. So if you love CNN News or whatever CNN is gonna provide, I guess there it is. When that deal expires, though, CNN Plus will be available for $5.99, $6, which apparently is the same price as Fox News streaming service, Fox Nation. Why would somebody even bother of paying for that? You know what I mean?
What the hell's the difference between this and their YouTube channel? They have hundreds of videos on their YouTube channel, and they're posting every day.
Maybe they're like full segments.
Do people not know they can watch YouTube on their TV? You can literally say whatever you want into your voice assistant and watch it on your TV. I don't understand.
Well, here's something that might be a little bit of an might be interesting to you. We've talked about bundling. That Disney, ESPN, and Hulu they're doing it really good. Well, apparently, CNN Plus is going to be available in a package deal with HBO Max.
Standalone, there's a song that is appropriate, and it goes, "I don't give a damn, I don't give up." But if you bundle it, okay.
It's like, okay,
but don't give it to me by itself. Like, this isn't meat and potatoes.
This isn't even meat or potatoes.
That's what I'm saying.
Not one or the other.
It's not even a deep fried pickle. Like,
does Warner Media own HBO Max?
I don't know.
Like, okay, we know Disney bought out the National Geographic. So even though we say they do?
Yes, and DC Comics.
Yeah.
And Adult Swim, Cinemax, CNN, TBS, CW, TNT, True TV, Turner Classics, Movies, Warner Bros, and Warner TV, obviously.
What apps do they have? Like, I think they also own Discovery, don't they? I thought there's something here that's saying that Discovery was under them too.
This Discovery was a merger with AT&T. Which is expected to be known as Warner Brothers.
Right.
AT&T shareholders will receive 71% stake in a merged company, which is expected to be known as Warner Brothers. What?
So what streaming apps do they have?
I don't know.
As I was saying, Disney Plus, we know they bought National Geographic and they bundled up. I like it and I don't like it because when you say Disney Plus, National Geographic, I don't think Disney when I say National Geographic. You know what I mean? I think of something else. Like,
So
I don't know. I
when I
don't
do a
see it in
quick
Disney Plus.
Google search, there's an article from 2020 that says that they were working on two streaming apps. One would be bundled with Warner Media's entertainment cable channels, TBS, TNT, and the Warner Bros. Film library. And the second would be based on the CNN content. So I don't even think they came out with either.
Mm. So they're working on it still. I guess they're just gonna bundle up with. See,
Why
like
wouldn't they just put everything together in one app?
that's what
Because
I'm
they want to
saying.
charge more separately? Is that what, like,
Probably. Well, they're all separate. Even though they have one owner, they're all separate entities. I think that's why. So like Hulu was a whole separate entity, ESPN a whole separate entity, Disney a whole separate entity. I think what happened was when they bought out the National Geographic, I don't think they kept it as a whole separate entity at all. Because so as you know, I got the Disney Plus or Disney Vacation Club. I don't know if I told you about that. I have Disney Vacation Club. Did you know about that?
Disney Vacation?
Yeah, the Disney Vacation Club, DVC.
No.
So for those of you who don't know what DVC is, um, that's it's kind of like it's similar to a timeshare where I could travel pretty much anywhere. Like so, timeshare you're only stuck within their circle, wherever their hotels are. That's it. Disney, I know people are going to say like, well, Disney's the same thing. You're stuck with wherever Disney owns property. Um, no, the way DVC works is yes, you do have access to all of Disney hotels, all of Disney cruise lines, anything that Disney owns when it comes to like staying somewhere. But they also have tapped into the timeshare world where if there's a hotel and if you want to go there and Disney doesn't own it, it doesn't matter. Disney will get you in there. Um, and it's pretty big the way they do it. It's pretty nice. It's the way they look at it. It's more of a second mortgage than a timeshare. You could write this off. So with my DVC, my Disney Vacation Club, when I log in, there's this thing that says the National Geographic package. And what that is, it's exactly what you're thinking of what it is. Like you could travel to different places around the world and see excursions. Like you can go to Africa and look at the tigers or whatever it is, the lions and stuff. You can go to Colorado and go up to the Rockies and check out the bears or whatever's up there. Go to Canada, check out Next Level in his natural habitat.
You don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. But you know what I'm saying? It's like National Geographic, Disney. I think what Disney did was just absorb them and didn't keep them as its own entity. Um, and that's why we see them in Disney Plus. I still think, um, like here, like there's this, like it's a Fox News streaming service called Fox Nation. Who owns Fox? Disney. So my question is, I wonder if I have access to this now. But in Disney Plus, there's a lot of Fox movies in there. There's a lot of stuff with freaking Home Alone, Ice Age, the X-Men. Like there's a lot of stuff in there that wasn't. Disney, like Disney Marvel or Disney owned, The Simpsons, like stuff like that. So it's kind of like they're bundling all this stuff together. We've talked about HBO Max being too expensive. Like for what they give you, the only perk that they have is if there's a movie in theaters, they'll be playing that movie for you for the month, you know, and you could check it out exclusively on HBO Max. I think that's a cool perk. Too expensive though.
Disney Plus. How do you feel about the price for Disney Plus?
I think it's good.
No, do you think it's good or too good? Right? Because there's a price where you're like, this is reasonable, but for the amount of stuff that Disney Plus gives you, I think that you're actually getting more bang for your buck. Like you're getting more than what you're paying, right? So do you think that we're still in an introductory price point for Disney Plus?
Well, they have raised their price by $1 already. It did
At
go up
what
a
point?
little bit.
At what point could Disney Plus raise their price and you'd say that's not worth it?
$19, 19.99.
And I would agree with that. I would agree with them going up to $20 and still saying this is worth for the amount of content that you get in there, right?
But if they go up to 19.99, the only way that I would say it's still worth it is if Fox Nation or whatever this Fox other app is, if that's included in there. Because mentally in my head, I'm saying like, wait a minute, Hulu plus all their originals, ESPN sports, I get covered with sports, life and some live TV, and I think Hulu has some live TV too, with all their shit. Disney Plus, and already inside Disney Plus, you don't get just Disney. You get Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, National Geographic. You get 5 things within one app. So let's just for F's sake say just Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN. If they say, hey, guess what? We know we have added all the Fox stuff into Disney Plus. We're going to give you the Fox Nation app, but everything related to Fox now is going to fall into Fox Nation. Or even if they added that tab within that Disney Plus, I think then at 19.99, I would still say that's a good price if they added that Fox Nation in there. Even though I'm not a Fox guy or I need to watch the news guy. You know what I mean?
The whole reason I asked that is because I think that with Disney coming out at such a low price point, and even though they raised their price by $1, it makes us judge the other streaming platforms and their prices very harshly.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a very big jump between Disney Plus's price and Netflix.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying it's very difficult for some of these other streaming platforms aside from Disney Plus to compete with two things: the content and the price. Because Disney is a power horse monopoly that owns a bunch of shit that's been in business for what, over 100 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very difficult for companies to match both of those things, content and price.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Um, I was looking into to see exactly what CNN Plus is gonna have. I know they have a lot of segments. Chris Cuomo, I can't stand that dude, and I know it says here he was fired, which is like good riddance of that fool. That guy was an idiot. But yeah, I don't see myself like. What would be cool? And again, I haven't checked out Fox Nation. I don't know exactly what Fox Nation has. But remember that Lowcast app?
Yeah.
I hope they add like by region the news, because people like to do that. You know, like I'm gonna be going to Hawaii in a couple months. I would love to see the news in Hawaii. What's going on? How's the weather? What's happening out there? Anything that they're announcing that's big or I should avoid? You know what I mean? Like that would be cool if they had something like that by region. You could choose your regions and check it out. I know with what is it? I think it's called News. There's an app in the Fire Stick called News,
Yes.
and you could choose your regions. You could choose like all the like Yahoo and all the different types of services out there. Um, and it covers a lot of stuff. So I hope Fox Nation has something like that. I don't know if they do. I haven't checked it out yet. Um, and I really do hope because Disney now owns them that Disney will bundle it somehow. I think for CNN Plus though, I think it's a smart move to bundle it with HBO Max, and I hope they don't bump the price because HBO Max already I think it's too much right now. Adding CNN Plus to it makes it interesting. I wouldn't say it makes it intriguing to get, but it makes it interesting in the direction that they're taking it. And I hope with Warner Media, because Warner owns a lot of stuff. Warner
Yes.
Studios, they owned a lot of stuff. And if I know at one point they did have that DC, they had a DC app that you could watch all the DC movies. I don't know whatever happened to that thing, but I know they had one, and I don't know what it was called, but I know they had one. Um, they need to do it. I don't care if it's called Warner Media streaming app, but they need to do it where they have just like copy Disney Plus exactly how they're doing it. You got your animation section, anything animated animation there it is. You have your live action, anything live action is there. DC, anything DC, there you go. Here's a section for DC originals. Come up with an original section because they're coming up with originals already. Boom, throw it in there, and there you go. Now you have your and they just bought out Discovery, so that's almost like when we look at Disney Plus with everything that they have, that's pretty much mimicking what they're having on their aspect, and I think that will be very competitive now if Warner Media could say, "Hey, guess what? We got Warner Media Plus or Warner Plus against Disney Plus. Hey, by the way, they got ESPN Plus, we got CNN Plus. Oh, and also we know they have Hulu. Well, we got HBO Max. That's for me when I see that, that's direct competition. And don't raise the price because isn't isn't the bundle right now for Disney's bundle is the same price as just one HBO Max. You know what I'm saying? Like 14.99 or whatever it is.
But that's my argument though, right? Like it's very like okay, let's be realistic for a second.
Let's be honest.
Let's go back 20 years.
Why?
Let's go back 20 years. Did you used to go to Blockbuster?
Yeah,
And how frequently did you go to Blockbuster?
like every weekend.
Okay. And on average, how much was a rental?
I don't remember.
Like 3 to
Couple
5
bucks.
bucks.
Yeah.
Right. So if you went every weekend, so let's say $3, I'm probably being on the cheap end here, and you went every weekend, there's 4 weekends in a month, that's 15 bucks. Right? 20 years of inflation has gone by, and we're arguing about $15 a month with more content to watch at a more convenient situation.
But that's the thing. It's that is irrelevant because everybody freaking decided to pirate because of how expensive stuff is. People were going to Blockbuster, not that I did this, but they were grabbing CDs and ripping them. And then they're sharing them with everybody. And the reason why they started this whole streaming thing is people were bootlegging the crap out of stuff, and they thought like, well, what if we put this in a digital way where they can't grab it, You can't bootleg a DVD no more, you know? Well, that backfired pretty quick.
All I'm
But
saying is, for the amount of content that you can watch, it's really difficult to complain at $10, at $15, if you're watching more than 2 or 3 things for the month.
I don't know. For me, I don't buy it. I don't buy it because it's. I think the reason why Netflix came out with their "we'll just send you the DVD. Here's a subscription that you can get" is because they wanted a cheaper option than you driving down to Blockbuster. And then when they said like, "Hey, you know what? We should probably do this into like a streaming thing," it's because people were wanting to ditch cable. They were like think about it when you had cable back in the day and it was like $60 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You paid it was $10 for a premium channel. So your $10, you didn't get just HBO. You got HBO Signature, HBO en Espanol, HBO whatever 2,
Yeah, and you'd watch
HBO.
one thing out of the 20 that they gave you.
It doesn't matter, but for $10, you got like 8 HBO channels and all of them had different movies or TV shows, whatever it was. It was something different. So in retrospect, they're thinking like, if we do a $10 thing and people are now canceling it because $10 is expensive, you know what? We don't they're ditching us because cable is expensive. You know what? We got to ditch cable. Let's create HBO Max. And with our HBO Max, let's add, I don't know, whatever movie a month, and let's add these extra originals. Instead of $10 a month that they were charging, we're going to charge a little bit more because they're getting a little bit more. But I think when it came to that, like yes, I see your point about Blockbuster going to rent a movie for like, well, you know
Whatever.
what, it was a couple bucks. I want to say
Yeah,
for some reason I'm thinking it was like 2.99 or something that you could
right.
rent
I
it.
said $3.
And I think you could also, I want to say, you could get a subscription. I had a card.
Yeah, we all had the member cards. We all
Yeah,
had
the
that.
member cards, and with the member card you could get it a little bit cheaper, and then you pay your monthly thing, and then you can get as many as you want. Then
For that period.
for that period. Um, so it was like, I don't know. I think for the price of what they're doing right now, especially because things are so competitive, and we know Disney's a juggernaut, and they're going to come up with some really crazy deals. But I hate to admit it, Netflix is still the biggest cat when it comes to streaming, and they're one of the most expensive people out there. And for me personally, Netflix doesn't own 90% of the stuff that they list. So it's like, wait a minute, you're renting this right from somewhere else for me to rent the right to stream, and then you're gonna charge the crap out of it. It's like, wait a minute. I don't know. It just, I think personally, um I still think Netflix needs to do something because Netflix is gonna go downhill pretty quick if they don't figure it out. Um Disney's doing an amazing job. I think Warner Media has an opportunity here to compete big time. And personally, I don't think they should raise their price. If they add CNN Plus to HBO Max, don't raise your price, please.
I agree, but they're gonna do it.
Maybe. I hope not. You know what I could see them doing? For $1 more, you get CNN Plus. Only $1 more. You're already
Yeah,
paying
yeah. I'm not talking
$15.
about raising it $10. Hell no.
No,
I'm
I,
saying
I
they're
could see a
going to
dollar.
raise it.
And you know what I could also see? And this will force Disney, which would suck, if they said, "Hey, by the way, we got Warner Media." My example about Warner Media, if Warner copied Disney Plus and they had Warner Animation, just one app called Warner Plus or whatever, Warner Media, and they had animation, live action, Discovery, originals. If they had everything in DC, if they had everything in Warner, I could see them doing Warner Media, HBO Max, and CNN for $19.99 to compete directly with Netflix, which would be a pretty good deal because it's like you're looking at Netflix, but Disney, I think that will force Disney to raise their price because it's kind of like, hey, if they're doing it and people are paying it, why don't we?
Right.
And I think, in like, again, my personal opinion, Disney's killing it because of all of their originals that they're throwing in there.
Listen, if Disney wasn't killing it, they would have to be doing something really terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wouldn't be okay if Disney wasn't killing it. It wouldn't be because of content. It'd be because of like technical difficulties. That's the only way that Disney wouldn't be killing it. Like if their servers just couldn't keep up with the demand,
Mm-hmm.
that would be a catastrophic failure. And in the beginning, there was some hiccups and a lot of incompatibility and some server downtime and whatever. But they've gotten over that, and the service has been solid ever since.
Yeah. I'm over here looking up who owns NBC, but that's Comcast. Comcast and Warner Media are two different, huh? Yeah. Oh, that'll be crazy because I'm thinking about Peacock because Peacock needs to start stepping it up. Okay. Next segment, which is the title of our episode. It took us a while to get there, but we're getting there. Netflix has made another big purchase. Big purchase. They spent roughly 72 million. And they buy something called Next Games. What are you gonna say? Go on, spit it out.
Where is their gaming platform? Where is it? I see the news. There's games. Netflix has games. Okay, where? Like not in my. Well, I mean, I haven't heard about it. I haven't heard. I haven't heard a single person talk about playing games on Netflix. Have you?
No. Well, I just pulled up this thing here too that says, and this was published just recently. This remote looks like the freaking, what is it called? The one from the Fire Stick?
Luna.
Luna. And I don't know, maybe they're just, what the heck? Okay. Maybe they're just kind of saying like, "Hey, check this out. This is not what we're going to come up with, but bam."
Looks like a batarang. Like I'm gonna throw it at somebody. Looks like they took a PS1 controller and a Batman mask and put it together.
Well, there's a new online gaming service on the horizon. It's coming. It's coming, and it's coming from Netflix. This is nuts. And of course, there's questions. When will it launch? How much? Blah, blah, blah. They don't really have much info on it. They announced something back in July of last year. And what is this? So when is this going to launch? Netflix could choose to launch at one of the big trade. Okay, I could see this. E3. I could see Netflix showing up to E3 and saying, "Hi everyone. I know we're a streaming service, but hi everyone." Guess what? That's probably when we're going to get an announcement. Oh man. They're saying that there's a possibility that this could be $40 a month. No way.
What?
They said it could easily be $40 a month,
Who
but
wrote that?
it's gonna
Where?
be in
What?
a
Where?
it's gonna be in a bundle, in a bundle with movies, TV shows, and another $20 for the gaming.
Okay, I could see Netflix wanting to charge $40 a month. I don't see people wanting to pay that.
If you want the gaming by itself, you don't think they'll charge $20?
I think they're going to want to.
I think they're gonna start at a price of $10, like $9.99 introductory.
Yes, I agree with that. But also, they're going to have to do a lot of freaking work for their library to even want to charge $10. How many times have we seen cloud based gaming fail?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that are successful there, but there are companies that have tried to come out with platforms, and it's like, where are you now? It's like a Justin Bieber song, like Atari. They tried to come out with a streaming gaming platform on Plex for $2.99. Where are you now?
Yeah, I think I don't know. Whatever Netflix is doing, they're gonna come up with a huge library of stuff.
Well, they're gonna have to. You
And I
can't
think
do nothing with nothing.
I wonder if or well, what is that other GameFly? Remember them? GameFly?
No,
You don't know GameFly?
it sounds familiar, but like I never used it.
GameFly is exactly like Netflix. They send you a disc of the game, and you could rent out one or you could rent either one at a time, two at a time, whatever it is at a time, as many times as you want for the month or for that period. Um, and GameFly kind of just, I think it's still there, but
Yeah, the website's still up.
yeah, for me, I'm just like, I don't know. When I saw GameFly, at first I was like, oh, this is cool because I could just grab as many games as I want and just play them and then I was thinking like, wait a minute. Sometimes these games take me about over a month to beat. I'm like, and I'm like, is it really worth it to get GameFly? I was like, I don't know, because GameFly's not cheap either. So I don't know. I think Netflix should have just combined with GameFly, and I don't know, maybe they do own GameFly, but to me, I don't see anybody really raving about Amazon Luna.
Oh, by the way, it's not in beta anymore.
What?
Luna.
It's not now it's what, full?
It's available to everyone in the US.
I didn't like it. I rage quit when I tried it. I hated it. They didn't have enough games. The quality was horrible. The lag was horrible. I just didn't like it, and I don't know, man. Like I think what's happening is there's these streaming services that are trying to create a problem, and they're trying to resolve their own problem.
I
Like
think, listen, I think that Netflix is trying to prepare themselves for a lot of their customers leaving and their servers having absolutely nothing to do. So, cloud based gaming.
I don't like it though, man. That's the thing. Like once you start talking about gaming, dude, you're talking about Xbox and PlayStation, and
I'm
now
just,
Oculus.
what? Oh, I
Dude,
gotta
it's
charge
like
mine.
it's I don't know. To me, I don't get it, man. I honestly don't understand why. I don't understand why somebody would say, "Hey, let's go ahead and do this." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just bugs me.
They gotta survive. They gotta do what they gotta do.
It bugs me. Um, Yeah, so they're purchasing a lot of stuff. There's some games that Netflix apparently has been pushing out within Apple and Android.
Like their
Just
mobile perspective, right?
yeah, their mobile stuff, like Stranger Things, puzzle games, stuff like that. Okay, whatever, but we'll see what they're gonna do. I just see another failure thing. And you know what? They're actually announcing a lot of stuff. Here's another one. Netflix is launching a daily trivia series called Trivia Quest. And the latest, it's in Netflix interactive series. So if you guys don't know what an interactive series is, it's a TV show. If you guys haven't heard of like Black Mirror or Cat Burglar, um, you turn on the movie or the not a movie. Oh, it's kind of like a movie. It's like, but you turn on the show, and then I don't know. Let's just say it's a mystery, and you see the person walking down the hallway, and they hear a noise. They hear something break. It gives you an option. Do you go left to investigate, or do you go to the right and hide in your room?
Choose your own adventure. That sounds dope.
That's what it is. Um, they've had a couple of them. Um, I've tried some of them, and I wasn't really big
Intrigued.
on it. You know, I used to read books back in the day that used to do that. You used to get to the end, or you read a couple pages, and then it said, "Do you go into the cave or do you go into the forest?" If you go to the cave, turn a page, whatever. If you go to the forest, turn a page, whatever. And I used to be like into those books. Like I'm
Yeah,
like,
they
this
were
is
cool. I
cool.
like them.
Yeah. Um, with this one, I tried playing one game on the PlayStation one, and it was okay. I just kind of boring, It like I don't know, it didn't grab me in there. It didn't grab me in there. So we'll see. I think this might be it might get a little bit bigger. Oh, hey, so we're about to lighten this one up pretty good. Do you know what Brazers is or Braziers?
Are you talking about what I think you're talking about right now?
Yeah. How do
Okay.
you say that word? Brazers or Braziers?
It's not Braziers, you tit.
You tick?
Jeez.
What is it?
It's
Brazers?
it's Brazzers,
Brazers?
isn't
So
it?
I don't know. I thought it was Brazers.
I don't know. I mean I wouldn't know.
Okay. So anybody out there that's like, wait, what are you guys talking about? So the word, it's spelled Brazzers. If you guys want to look that one up, well, you guys probably already know what we're talking about.
You're
If you
telling
don't
people to go
know,
Google that?
no, don't Google it.
You said if you want to go look it up. My
I,
goodness.
whatever. If you want to look it up, whatever. Okay. Let us know in the comment, how do you spell it? Is it Brazzers, bra, like a bra, like a woman's bra, or is it Brazers, like Bray?
Why are we focusing on this so much? What's the
I want to know how
story?
you say it. I want to know how you say it. Anyway, here's the article, and I don't know now. I don't know how to say it now. Braziers, Brazzers owner was awarded. Ready for this? Oh, by the way, if you guys don't know what this is prawn.
Yes, prod.
It's prawn.
Prod.
Well, the owner was awarded 36.5 million in a copyright lawsuit. Apparently
Against
the
who?
site, huh?
Against who?
Against, it's against, not against. What are you, Chris Jericho? It's against. Now I want to see against. Damn it. Um, yes, prawn. Yes, prawn, please.
What? I'm so confused right now. Is that a company?
Yes. It's a
What?
site.
Yes, Prawn Please is a site?
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
I I don't know, man. I don't know. So we've heard of the term Cloudflare and all this copyright stuff within the streaming world. So this is happening within Prawn too, which I'm just like, I'm like, dude, you could find this crap like I don't know. There's so many sites that pop up all the time within the Cody days. That was like one of the things that everybody kept saying, like, hey, where do I get Prawn? And I'm just like, dude, just Google this crap. Why are you asking me, man? I don't want to know what you're doing. So in February of 2020, MGM Premium, part of the MindGeek adult empire, sued unlicensed prawn tube site, Yes Prawn Please, and affiliate vshare.io. Both platforms went offline, but more than 2 years of going to court, they were finally given 36.5 million in copyright damages. They claim that they lost 727 million though.
Of course.
Of course, because there's that many people, that many people on there. In 2019, Brazzers owner obtained a DMCA subpoena requiring Cloudflare to hand over the personal details of site owners. In January 2020, Yes Prawn Please had around 100 million visitors per month. That's nuts. That is nuts.
You need to
They
stop
had,
referring to Prawn News as nuts.
I saw this and I'm just like, what? What the hell? There is this meme going around that was actually like true facts, like true facts. They said that there's a thing about how many people jumped onto AOL, that like what was their growth, and they showed within I don't know how many years, like how many people were jumping on AOL. After that, they showed how many people were jumping on Google, how many people signed up with Gmail. After that, they showed how many people signed up on Facebook, like traffic going into Facebook, and then another one showing traffic of like Twitter. There's another one of a traffic with Netflix. There's all these ones like like YouTube. They showed all these ones of people signing up and the traffic and how long it took some of these companies to get 1 million people to visit. And it was years. It was like years, right? Well, when it came to Prawn, it was like within a month that they hit that number. It wasn't years. And you know what's the craziest part about it too? Women were the one that reached that number.
Well, everybody, it's not a one-sided thing here.
Oh, it was. Men, I think men, the way they divided those numbers, it showed like both men and women within all the platforms and stuff. And then when it came to Prawn, it showed women like hit that like number like within the month. And then a week later, then the men found out, I guess. And they're like, wait a minute, what are you watching?
Yeah, it was featured on the O Club.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
What is that movie? What is that? Oh my gosh, it's the movie who he was just like, I'm gonna show her my O face.
No, I don't know.
Dude, I gotta pull that up. You know the video game League of Legends?
Yeah.
So I used to be pretty competitive way back when it first started. And we had a team of guys and we were called the O Factor. I want to find out what movie that was. You know what? I'm going to do that right now because it's going to bug me. I know someone's going to be like, hey, if anybody knows before I say what it is, comment below. What movie says O Factor?
O face, not O factor.
O Face? What movie says O Face? Oh, here it is. Office Space. You've seen Office Space, right? No? Dude, you have to see Office Space. It is so it is like it is kind of like the typical. Okay, put it this way. A lot of people rank this movie really, really high, like in comedy. It's you and Preppy will probably like it. Have you heard of Mike Judge?
Yeah.
He does a lot of like screenplays, director. I think even with comics and stuff, comic strips. You can watch this actually on Roku channel for free right now. But it's basically about people that work in an office and how boring it is, and everything is just like everything sucks. Like, you know, like working in an office and it's never eventful. You know what I mean? Well, there's always a lot of stupid stuff that happens in the office that a lot of people don't really talk about. And this movie kind of does that. Like they have this guy that says, "Oh, I need my TPS reports," and they're just like, "What?" And they're like, "Did you put a cover sheet on it?" And he's just like, he's got to go back to the fax machine. Well, fax machine don't work no more, so he's over there like beating it up. You have these consultants coming in to help with the company to make sure everyone's working better. But these consultants are not there to make the company better. They're there to help fire people.
Yeah.
It's
How it
like it's
goes.
like it's real stuff, dude. It's like I'm telling you, like now I want to watch this thing. Um, but when it gets to that scene, like the O face, you have to see what they're talking about. It's. I think you guys are gonna crack up when you watch it. It's funny, and if you don't laugh, I'll be very surprised. Okay. Next. Oh, what do you know about Set TV?
Are we talking about what I think we're talking about? That they were dumb? Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, they thought that they were legit and they were paying for real commercials, and they were just like, you're not. I don't understand. Like, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest TV service underground that decided not to be underground anymore. And then they got put in the ground.
Or did they?
What do you mean?
Oh man. Wait for this one, man. The former operators. This article literally dropped a day ago. This happened just now. The former operators of Set TV, a pirated IPTV service that was ordered to pay. Dude, they this went to court and everything. They had to pay 90 million in damages to Dish Network. Well, guess what? They're back in business. And they're back in business with several new services, and they're now in violation of a permanent injunction.
What do you mean by back in business? How do you get back in business after what? No.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. They are back. They are back.
There's no way.
So Expedite TV. Oh man. So so here's the thing. Men never left the pirate IPTV business. So this was what, 2018?
Yes.
So there's this other one called Expedite TV. Offers 800 plus channels for around $24. They're saying it's the best deal ever. And they were monitoring between January 2019 to February 2020. They came out, they popped up, they were around, and then they disappeared. Oh, here's another one. In May 2021, Dish obtained evidence from the business chat service, and I'm not going to say the names of this stuff, showing that dude 1, dude number 2, and dude number 3 used it to sell and market this Expedite TV. So some of these guys were like resellers, and they were trying to grow it out and expand it. But there's more. They had another service also called Mundo TV. And of course, they're doing the exact same thing as before, retransmitting Dish and Sling. Mundo TV was also ran by the exact same 3 dudes. So they had a couple services that were there. And based on whatever agreement that they made, it looks like this is a violation of what they came upon, whatever agreement was. This is nuts. Set TV was one of the biggest ones out there that
It was
grew.
the biggest.
Yeah. And I'm trying to remember like some of the people that were like talking about it too. Yeah, so they came back with 2 new ones, and they got caught. They got caught pretty fast. I wonder if they're doing commercials again. Expedite TV and Mundo TV.
People, I'm gonna start to sound like a real angry person soon, like a real disgruntled person, because it's like, it's okay if you want to be stupid. Be stupid in your own damn corner. But when you start to publicly be stupid, like,
Yeah. I cannot believe they're back. And got caught pretty fast. It's like once you get caught, you know you're gonna have an eyeball on you. You know what I mean?
not an eyeball, a freaking target. It'll be in 4K, won't even be in 1080p.
4K, 8K
AK-47s on your door.
on your door. This is nuts. I was like, why? Why? Okay. A little lighthearted for your taste. Top 10 movies. Top 10 movies that people are watching. And this was as of the end of February. These were the top 10 most watched movies. Now, this could be either streamed digitally or within theaters. The King's Men, number 1. West Side Story, number 2. Scream, number 3. Spider-Man: No Way Home, number 4. The Matrix at 5. Project Gemini, 6. Licorice Pizza, number 7. Eternals, number 8. No Exit, number 9. And Gasoline Alley, number 10. Most watched. Have you heard of Licorice Pizza?
The only reason I've heard of it is because I pulled up this list 2 days ago.
You did?
Yeah, it's the only reason. And I was going through them because like somebody asked me for recommendations, so I just like Googled like top, how we do, and
Top
I was like,
10.
check this shit out.
It's funny. Gasoline Alley, even though they're ranked number 10, their IMDb is freaking low as hell, 3.6. It must have been like a brand new movie and people were like checking it out and then said,
Well, if you are streaming stuff, it's a lot easier just to hit play and stop versus if you were buying something.
mm-hmm.
Who knows if they're just streaming it for 10 minutes or the full length of the actual movie. Just saying.
Yeah,
Just saying.
just saying. Yeah. All right. And then the last thing, I got one more. I got uno más. Verizon. This just came out too yesterday. Verizon Plus Play will bundle customer subscriptions for Netflix, Peloton, Disney Plus, and more. Why do I feel like Disney owns Verizon? I don't think they do, but I don't know. I don't know why I feel like they do. You're gonna like this one though. It's partnering up with Meta on building out the metaverse. So Verizon just announced that it's launching this new partnership or new platform in partnership with, again, like I said, Netflix, Peloton. If you guys don't know what Peloton is that exercise thing. Disney Plus and other streamers as a hub of customers to discover, purchase, and manage some of their favorite subscriptions. And this is called Plus Play. That's what they're calling it. The platform will launch with a select group of customers and brands at the end of the month, with a wider launch later this year.
You
So
know
they're
what?
going to
You know what
start.
that sounds like?
Huh.
They tried to call it press play, but there was a copyright on it.
press press pray pre. Oh, how raw.
That's honestly what it sounds like. Their marketing team was like, "This is a great time. We can call it this." And then they got hit with the roadblock of a copyright, and they're like, "Well, if we just do this."
Yeah. Well, I'll leave this one alone. But Plus Play, I want to say press play now.
Right?
Plus Play. Well, I don't know why they just didn't call it Play Plus. It sounds easier. Play Plus. Plus press pray. It's like I'm giving myself like an
A
act,
tongue
like I'm
twister.
forcing myself. Plus Play will
Your
centralize.
name shouldn't be that difficult to say.
It shouldn't. Like Plus Play. What the freak, man? So this new Play service
There you go.
will centralize streaming subscription service with no additional cost to Verizon subscribers. This Play will let Verizon customers manage subscriptions across devices and provide information about deals on content services, like it's discounted for access to Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN bundle, which I get for free. However, However, with Verizon and other service providers, you will want to keep an eye on the fine print. Sometimes signing up for a discount automatically opts in users to collect data. I know we talk about getting a VPN to protect your data. Well, if you opt in on this, guess what? Nothing you can do. Like it's custom experience plus program that tracks location data, who you call, what websites you visit, etc., etc. The company said in the news release that as more streaming platforms launch across various content areas like gaming, music, and news, we started this whole thing with the news, that it becomes difficult for customers to know what they have and what may be available to them and whether they're getting the best value out of their subscriptions. Also, during its Investors Day event, Verizon announced a partnership with Facebook parent company Meta that will explore how the companies can collaborate in a future metaverse. The partnership will look at ways to use Verizon's 5G network with Meta's technology to understand the foundational requirements for metaverse applications. That's kind of cool.
Beta.
Plus play, plus play. I wonder. I know they said you can get. Let me see. Search plus play. Yeah, this is huge. This literally just dropped, and it's supposed to be a subscription hub for pretty much everything. Plus, there's a website that says Play Plus Go.
Press play and go.
So we'll see. We'll see. Everyone's talking about it too. The Verge. Everybody, dude. Damn. Yeah, Verizon usually has some pretty good deals. Some pretty good deals that you can bundle up with their stuff. And I know AT&T is starting to do the same thing. I've heard of T-Mobile every now and then doing something like this, or Sprint. But yeah, it's funny too because I actually, so when I ended up with Disney Plus originally, I hit them up and I said, hey, this is what I'm doing, blah blah blah, and I ended up getting like a pretty good deal with these guys. I had it for free for the first year. And what's funny is as soon as that year was about to end, I was like, you know what? I need to get a hotspot for my phone. I was trying to get this hotspot thing. Um, so they have plans that you could turn your phone into hotspot. Some phones already have it built in that you could just turn on your phone and it turns into a hotspot, but it's not that good. So I hit up Verizon and said, hey, I want to get that hotspot deal thing. Like, how much more is it? And they were telling me, they're like, well, you actually already have it because you have the unlimited plan. I was like, oh, so how do I activate it? You know what I mean? And they're just like, 1 second, they did whatever they did. That's something that you actually have to call them. If so, I have unlimited everything, unlimited phone, text, internet, whatever, you know. Um, and apparently, I had this hotspot included within this unlimited thing. And the lady said, hey, just to let you know, because you do have this unlimited thing, as long as you have the unlimited plan, you actually get this bundle for free. I was like, wait, I do? Okay, cool. Cancel the other one and pick this one up for free.
No, it must be an American thing because I've never had to activate my hotspot. It's always there.
Does it use your gigs?
Well, yeah.
Do you pay for it?
No, it's included in the gigs that I have on my plan.
But what if you go over your gigs?
Well, it's the same thing with my phone. Like in Canada, we don't have any unlimited plans, so it
Mm,
uses the same data either way.
yeah. They they here, for the most part, it is included. And you know what? I might have done this to myself when I got my thing. I was like, I don't want nothing extra. I don't want nothing, no roaming, no none of that crap. If I don't have bars, I don't have bars. I don't want this thing to switch over to roaming and then I get charged some kind of crazy roaming fee. So I might have done that to myself. I might have. They might have shut everything off, including the hotspot, saying like, okay, well, F you too then. We'll just shut you all off. Because I told them I just want to use my phone and that's it. Nothing else. No extras. But sir, what did I say? No extras. So when I tried turning on the hotspot, it said not activated. That's why I had to call Verizon to let them know. And that's when they told me, they're like, it's already included. I was like, oh. And they're just like, we just need to activate it. So I'm guessing I was probably the one that said, hey, block all this crap because I don't want it. You know what I mean?
It's a good possibility.
So I almost want to hit up. I almost want to hit them up and ask them like, hey, what to you, what does this sound like plus play? Like, what is it that they're going to be offering?
No idea.
To me, it sounds like any kind of subscription that you want to get, they're creating like a hub that will go through them, and you can manage everything in one spot.
Yes. Didn't they have, what was that thing? The device? Was it them? No, it was T-Mobile. T-Mobile had their own Android box.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was that for a second. I was like, maybe they're coming out with this as their software for that.
You know what? I thought Verizon was having a streaming device
Maybe.
also. Which that would make sense if they have their own.
Kind of like the TiVos,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How it had everything aggregated together,
Mhm.
then the same kind of deal, right? Maybe
Dude,
TiVo
that
sold them the software and they're just all building it and branding it.
maybe. This will be interesting though. Plus played. Now I'm always interested to see what kind of streaming, like what kind of bundles are they giving you if you sign up for whatever, or if you already have whatever. Because I just call them and say like, hey, I'm just gonna cancel and go somewhere else. And they're like, wait, we'll just give it to you for free. So man, we covered a lot of stuff in this in this episode today.
Just quick reminder to everybody that has a NVIDIA Shield. There are hot fixes that are continuously coming out. This isn't something new. I just wanted to point this out. Every time the Shield has an update, we go through the same shit, right? And there's a bunch of hot fixes that are coming out. There's a bunch of forums that you can join. We also have our streaming communities over on Telegram where the people are constantly sharing information. One of the things that the update broke was some of the permissions inside of the applications. What you need to do, like one of the first things to try troubleshooting if one of your applications isn't working like how it used to, clear the application cache. And if that still doesn't work, clear the application data, because sometimes the permissions need to be reset. And by clearing the data, it'll then again ask for the permissions. And by doing so and resetting them, I've seen some of the applications start working the way they're supposed to again. So just a reminder, there's a lot of hot fixes that are still coming out. There's another one that came out recently. There's issues with the keyboard, but if you go into the settings, you can change to a different keyboard, and I'm hearing that it's fixing the issue as well. So
Cool. Breaking news. Sweet. So, yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Today has been brought to you by the letter S for streaming. Lots of stuff, and let us know. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys think of some of these topics. Again, like we don't make this shit up. Like we see this stuff, and We just report what's out there. So, um, hope you guys have appreciated this one. As always, make sure you guys do check us out in the next episode. You never know who's going to be here. You never know what we're going to be talking about. Yeah. Next, what you got?
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure wherever you guys are or listening, wherever you guys are watching or listening to us, make sure you leave us a comment or a review so other people like yourself can find the content that you enjoy. If you're looking to be a part of the conversation, be a part of the community, make sure you go over on the YouTube side and every Thursday, roughly around 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our weekly live show where you can be a part of the conversation as well. Make sure that you have the notifications turned on all the different platforms because you never know where the conversation is going to go. We have different people on the show from time to time. We do also have different content creators and people from companies that you're probably already purchasing from, services and tech that appear on the show. So make sure that you have that notification bell turned on, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.